Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. It is hot up here in Michigan. It's hot. It is hot. It's hot. It's hot up here. So I won't be out here too long. I just want to let you guys know, the black people. I'm hearing about when I'm looking in the news reports. I'm hearing about, because I have a news app on my phone and things be popping up, and then I've been looking at things on YouTube, and I'm hearing stories about black people getting hung. It was a report about this young black, I think she looked like she was biracial, that got burned. Some racist people tried to burn her. She was in her car. She was in her car, and they tried to burn her. She had burns on her face. They tried to burn her. By the grace of God, thank God she's okay. And yeah, I've been hearing cases of black people getting hung, and I know they're not committing suicide. And I've been hearing since the Black Lives protests and all this stuff going on, it's been getting worse. And I'm hearing cases about white women been wilding out. They've been wilding out and everything at the stores and everything on black people. They've been wilding out. I know last week, I think it was last week, I was taking my granddaughter to Big B Coffee to go to grab her a latte because she wanted a latte. I was running her to Big B Coffee, and this white guy, I think he was tailgating me. He sped past me. You know how people, they speed past you real fast. They act like they irritated, or going real fast. It just sped past me real fast. Went around me and sped past me real fast. And of course I got a little agitated. And then as he was riding down the street, he stuck his hand out the window. When he was riding down the street, he stuck his hand out the window like this. It was like this. When he stuck his hand out the window, it was like that. So I don't know if that meant a white power symbol, or I said, why is he sticking his hand out the window like that? And I guess it meant some type of white power symbol or something like that. So he was driving erratically and stuff like that. And that's what he did. So it was kind of scary. I got a little scared. And white guys, not all of them, but I've been seeing, it just seems like some of these white guys that drive these big pickup trucks, they're always in a pickup truck. Some of them be wilding out. They be wilding out. Some of them just be wilding out. I ain't saying all of them, but I don't know. It just seems like certain white people, the racist white people, been on 10, since this Black Lives Matter protests and all that's been going on. And I've been hearing, like I said, I've been hearing reports of black people getting attacked, getting hung, and stuff like that, getting harassed by racist white people. I'm going to say racist white people because I know not all white people are like that. The ones that are racist. So I'm just warning black people, please be aware of your surroundings at all times. When I'm driving, I'm not on my cell phone. I'm always looking in my rearview mirror. I'm always looking around me. And when you walk into the store or wherever you're at, whether it's on the road, whether you're driving, because when this young lady got burned, she was in her car. I think she stopped at a stoplight or something, and they threw something, a lighter. They threw something on her, and they tried to light her on fire. Yes, and it burned her face really bad. Biracial young lady. So, and then I think they was shouting racial, calling her the N-word and stuff like that when they were doing it. Yeah. So, just be careful, people. Just black people, just be aware of your surroundings. Be very careful. Pay attention, if you're driving, don't be all on your phone. Just be aware of your surroundings and be on the lookout. I wouldn't go to any isolated areas by myself. If you're black, I wouldn't go to any isolated areas by myself, you know, because it seems like I don't know. One hanging took place in front of a city hall, I know it's not suicide. They always try to cover it up in the media, act like it's suicide. It's not suicide. Black people don't commit suicide that way. Black people don't commit. Why would a black person hang themselves in a public place? Black people ain't gonna do that, So we know the history of this country. We know the history. They know the history of this country. They know that. So why they want to try to cover it up? The police is still doing. Young man by the his name was Elijah. I can't remember his last name. He was a good young man. He enjoyed playing the violin to calm cats down. He was a nice young man. He was a good young man. And the cops killed him. They murdered him. So there's still the cops in various parts of the country. The racist cops are all in the system. They got them all in the system. They're all in the system. So they're still doing it. They're still killing black people. They're still doing it. It's a young man up here in my state that they compressed his chest, sat on his chest. He was, I guess, in a juvenile home, and they sat on his chest and they killed him. They killed him. A young man, young black. He was only about 16 years old. He was a teenager. I think he was 16. He was a teenager, and I guess he was. They was trying to calm him down. They say allegedly they was trying to calm him down, and they sat on this young man's chest and they killed him. Now they're being brought up on charges. He was in a juvenile home. Now they're being brought up on charges. So they're still doing it. They're still doing it. They're still doing things. It's not going to stop. So, and it just seems like the racist white people are on 10. They on 10. I can feel it out here when I'm driving. I can see them. And I know, yeah, I can see them. So, just be alert, people. Just be on alert, black people. Don't be sitting up here on your cell phone and, just be aware of your surroundings at all time. Some black people are saying strap up. I'm not really into guns. Being a Christian, I don't know if it's a good idea for me to be carrying a gun, but I got me one of them little tasers. You have to have a license to have the ones that the police use. To get a taser that the police use, you have to have a license. I talked to the gun shop, and they're quite expensive. And if you let one of those things off, you got to go back and rebuy them, and they're expensive. So you only use it in a case of emergency, but you have to be trained. They said that you have to be trained on them, how to use them, and you have to have a license to have it. That's just for a taser. The kind that the cops use. I have one, but it's one of those little personal ones. If I'm ever out walking, it's dark or whatever, and it has a little light shock to it. It's not like the one like the police have. You got to have. I know up here in the state of Michigan, you have to have a license to have that. But I got one of those little personal ones that my son just got it from me last week, and it's like a little electrical shock. So, that if that gives me enough time to get away or whatever, hey, so be it. So I got that. But like I said, being a Christian, I don't know if it's a good idea. Some black people saying that it's like, I don't know, it just seems like being a black person in this country, it's like, darn if you do, darn if you don't, because I told my son, I said, you carrying a gun, I said they're out here killing unarmed black men. What you think they're gonna do with you if you're armed? You know. So it's like, you know, if you got a gun, like the young man, oh, what was his name? I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name right now. The young man was in the car with his girlfriend. They killed him right in front of his girlfriend and his baby. He was trying to get his stuff out to let the officer know that his gun was legal, and they killed him and they shot him. They shot him and they killed him. I forgot what his name is. His name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. So it's like it's a catch-22. It's like if you carry a gun, you still can get killed. If you don't carry it, you still can, you know, either way, you know, you can still get killed by the police. So, but being a Christian, I don't think it's a good idea for me to be strapping up, as they say. But a lot of black people are saying that's what they're going to do. So, you know, whatever. But just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. And just be vigilant and kind of watch, you know, what's going on. Because these racist white people are on 10 out here. They on 10. Since the Black Lives thing, they've been on 10. You know, they've been on 10. So just be careful. Just be aware. Be safe, guys. Be safe out here. We living in some perilous times right now. So stay prayed up. Of course, power of prayers always works. So stay prayed up and be aware of your surroundings. Don't take unnecessary risks. Don't go to isolated areas by yourself. There you go. I'm going to get in this house. Peace and love. Till next time, peace and love. This is Sweet June. Hit that subscribe button.